Yeah. Let's get it. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. You gotta embrace the hate and understand success. There's this love-hate relationship that the world and that your average person has with success. There's a love-hate relationship that you got to embrace, that you got to accept. If you've decided, if you've made a decision that you want to be successful, you got to embrace the hate as much as you embrace the love, because they're going to come in circles. They're going to come in It's going to come in waves. One day they're going to love you, next day they're going to hate you. One day they're going to love you, next day they're going to hate you. You're going to find something to hate, find something to love, find something to hate, find something to love, right? Understand that if you want to be successful, if you do actually want to reach these levels, these extremely high levels of potential that every single person who keeps up with these videos, I know for a fact if you keep up with these videos, you're wanting to reach high levels, like incredibly high levels of success. Means you got to embrace the hate just as much as you embrace the love, because it's going to come in equal amounts. It's human nature, all right? So I'll give you an example. One of the most legendary interviews, I think, ever, period, of all times. And I'm not just saying that because Allen Iverson is saying this, because Allen Iverson is my favorite player growing up, but it was by far one of the most legendary interviews. It was when Stephen A. Smith had a show named Quite Frankly, in which, in my opinion, that was the interview that really broke this new trend, or was like the pioneer interview that created a lot of these athlete to athlete conversations, these podcasts now in which people are opening up and they're saying a lot of things, and you have entire segments being done based on what someone said on a podcast and all that kind of stuff. In my opinion, that first take, that Quite Frankly interview was what broke, what opened up a whole new industry for a lot of former athletes to tell their story, right? So it was in that interview in which Allen Iverson was talking about a situation that he lived through when he played at Georgetown. Right? Georgetown was in the Big East, and they played, it was the team in, it was the name of, they played Villanova, all right? They played Villanova, and what happened was John Thompson, rest in peace, the late Coach John Thompson, saw a sign that the Villanova people put together, in which had Allen Iverson in cuffs and, basically alluding to the fact that he was a convict and, he's been to jail and just a bunch of nasty, nasty things. And Coach John Thompson said to the officials, look, we're not playing unless that sign goes down. This is just what, you can go back and listen to the interview for yourself if you would like. John Thompson said, look, we're not playing unless that sign goes down, right? And what Allen Iverson, and you can see it on the spot, you can see it if you go watch the interview, what Allen Iverson did in that moment is he made a connection. He goes, look, that game we played was in Villanova. Means those same mean-spirited people still live in Pennsylvania. They still exist in Philadelphia area, where he played the majority of his career, where he made a name for himself, was with the Philadelphia 76ers. So the same exact people that would put a sign like that, put it all together, and and basically call him a convict and put a poster together that had all these nasty things being said about him, are the same people that are going to be cheering for him in 76er games a couple years later. Understand, when you want to, I'm going to reiterate, when you want to reach these high levels of success, embrace it. Understand that the haters are just going to be a part of it. It's going to be a part of it. And when you start getting people who are deliberately, and one of the things that actually motivated me today to run, and motivated me and got me through today's workout, was the fact that I have a ton of them, and it happens very naturally. It's human nature for people to see someone doing great things, or doing some major things, or doing something different, and automatically try to throw shade and throw salt in everything they're trying to do. So again, the way this is the solution to the issue now. When you start to see people, when you start to feel the hate, and you start to feel the negativity and the criticism, the critics come, take your hand right here, take your right hand, and give yourself a pat on the back, because now you're doing something. When you have people who are actually hating, actually being angry at the work you're doing, or just have some negative shit to say, have something that is not productive and not conducive to the overall growth of what you're trying to do, understand that is the sign that you're going somewhere in life. That's the sign right there that you're doing something major, is when you start to see and you start to feel the hate from other folks. All right. Main website to check out to dive deeper into my work, makeyourmove.com. That's makeyaamove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.